In this lecture, I want to spend more time with Wireshark showing you how to filter all of these packets to only display the useful packets, how to trace them, what do they mean, and how to display more information about each one of these packets. Now, what we did on the target computer so far, most of the traffic that we generated was HTTP traffic. So to get rid of all this information that's hard for us to read, we're just going to type in here in the filters, we're just going to type in HTTP. Hit enter. And as you can see now, that filtered all the packets to HTTP traffic only. So this is the traffic that was basically sent by the browser and is usually sent by web browsers. They always send traffic over HTTP or HTTPS. And since we're downgrading HTTPS to HTTP, you want to use the HTTP filter to see everything that a target person is doing on the browser, regardless of what they're doing, whether they're browsing websites, whether they're watching a video, whether they're looking at images, whatever they're looking, it will be loaded over HTTP. So, looking at the first record right here, we can see that this request is sent from this IP, which is the IP of my target, to an IP on the internet. So we can see that this is not a private IP, this is an IP on the internet. So it's sent to a server. And if we double click this record, we'll get much more information about the packet itself. So we have the information about the frame, which includes the size of the packet. It includes the interface that it was sent on, the time, and all that. In the Ethernet, we have information about the source MAC address and the destination MAC address. So where did this packet go from and where did it go to? Remember when I first spoke about packets and how they always travel from a source MAC to a destination MAC. So this information is all stored in here. In the Internet Protocol, we have information about the IPs. So in the Ethernet, we had information about the MAC addresses. In the Internet Protocol, we have information about the source IP and the destination IP for this particular packet. In the Transmission Protocol, we have information about the port. So we can see that this went from this source port to port 80. This is usually the default port used on web servers. So in most cases, whenever data is sent to a website, it will always be sent to port 80. But the most important part in here is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is basically the data sent over HTTP. Clicking on this will give us information on whatever that has been sent over HTTP, and like I said, this would contain everything that was sent to and from a browser. So right here we can see that this particular packet sent a GET request to a website called google.ie. Now this is literally when we typed google.ie, we didn't search for anything, we didn't really do anything. You can also expand this to see more information about the actual request, and you can even see the HTTP header sent if you want to get more information about this particular request. Now this whole method of getting information follows with all types of packets, so you can double click any packet you have and you'll be able to read the data sent within this packet. Now you can also in here see an arrow, which basically means that this was a request. And the arrow back here marks that this was a response to this request right here. Now moving down, you can also see requests for images. What you can also do is click on any of these packets. For example, again, back to this GET request, right click it and go to follow HTTP stream. And this will basically follow the stream that this request has caused all the way down to the response. So if I click it, you'll see the response for this particular request was this right here. You can see that this was a PNG, and literally the binary content of this PNG image is right here. So as you can see, we're literally getting the raw data in here. Now I'm going to close this and go back to what we had, which was HTTP. Now, if we keep going down, you literally see everything that has been sent and received by the target. So for example, again in here, we can see this was a JavaScript file that was loaded by Google. Then in here, we can see another GET request. And this GET request was what we searched for Security. So you can even see the search term in here. So let me double click this to show you in more details. Again, this automatically went to the hypertext protocol part. Like I said, this is the HTTP part, whatever that gets sent to the browser. And you can see that this was sent to google.com first of all. And the URI, so whatever went after google.com was search. And what we were searching for was Security, which is exactly what we typed in here. Again, in here, you can see the full URL with the search term. This is literally what the user gets in their URL bar in here. So as you can see, Wireshark literally shows everything that flows through the interface. In this lecture, I wanted to show you a quick overview on how we can filter data. And don't worry too much about this. We'll actually be using it more in the next lectures, and we'll see how we can easily use it to filter data and discover useful information.